Hi guys, 18 Dap here and welcome to today's FIFA20 career mode with Doncaster Rovers. We are currently mid-table in the championship. I've got a few things to show you before we get into this episode. The episode is going to be 6 games of short highlights: Norwich, Birmingham, Forest, Sunderland, Blackburn Rovers and Sheffield Wednesday, and that takes us into January for the next episode. But the main thing that I want to show you before we get started is the youth. The youth scout has done it again. I forgot the youth scout's name. Aidan Hall. He has unearthed an absolute gem in Elliot Carter. So Elliot Carter, 17 years old, is worth just shy of £1 million already. Potential of 76 to 94. Currently overall of 64. So start of this episode, we are promoting a youth team player into the senior team. Try and get him some games in the cup. Welcome aboard. So without further ado, let's get into the first game, which is home against Norwich. So, guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. A decent episode, all in all, with Dogs going off on one. A win against Norwich 3-0. Only me going mad, innit? A defeat to Birmingham 2-1. Very unlucky with that one. A win against Forest 2-1. Happy with that. Sunderland 1-1 draw. That header was ridiculous for them. Blackburn, probably the worst team I've come up against in the Championship on game. Absolutely battered them 4-1, and then just finishing off with a 1-1 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. And that brings us into January, the transfer period, and the first FA Cup game of this season, Hull City. And then we've got a Hull City doubleheader. We've got them in the league straight after. Leeds after that. Struggling Millwall, they're down near the bottom of the table. And then Sheffield United. So a local January, barring the Millwall game. So looking forward to the next episode. Potentially another FA Cup in and around the 22nd or 23rd of January as well, if we get past Hull. I've put a couple of players on the transfer hub, doing a bit of scouting on them. So we're potentially going to lose right back Brad Halliday and John Taylor, purely because they're out of contract. So a team may come in for them if they want them and get them at the end of the season. I'm not going to renew their contract because the rating isn't as high as I'm wanting it to be. So we'll let them go and then hopefully bring a few players in. So I've gone through struggling teams near the bottom and had a look at some players that could potentially fit into the squad. So we've got Bowden, Barkhuizen, Rafferty from Preston, Napper from Oxford, Mahoney, McCarthy, McNamara from Millwall, Bradley Dack at Blackburn, very, very good player. John Buckley, so at right back. So we're looking at a number of players there. If any of them are good enough, we'll go in for them. And that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comment in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.